G'day. Alright, boom. Clint here from EcomFire.com. Today I'm just going to follow up on a video I did the other week with about abandoned carts and inquiries that came through via email. Usually you hadn't got their number, but we sent them through a certain sequence to try and close out a few extra sales. So yeah, but what I'm going to talk about right now is my favourite way to close out any sale, and especially if I've got their phone number. That's what we're going to be talking about, is closing out those sales. Every single call that comes through, or every phone number I get, I consider a sales call, and I expect or hope to close out a sale right then and there on the call. Okay, so let's talk about that process quickly. Oftentimes you'll get an email or a call, but if you get the call, then it's a little bit more unexpected. But I used to get the telecommunications company to send all my messages or all my calls back into my email box, so I had a few minutes to prepare, but I'd ring them straight back. Okay, so every call I consider a sales call. So let's talk about that process. Obviously they've got a question about a product or about your company, or it could be a number of different things, but usually it's a specific product that they're ringing about and they want information about. Okay, so right then and there you have a potential customer that is going to buy off you then and there, obviously, right? But a lot of people just sort of say, yeah, that's all good, thanks for giving me a ring, and let them walk away. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. Never ever do that, okay? The idea is to, hopefully if you've got the laptop in front of you, literally do the order for them, okay? Get their details, send it through Shopify, boom, sale, done. Don't just sort of get off the phone call and say, yeah, just order online, it'll be all right. Never ever do that, okay? So right, this is exactly how I do it. I get an extra 5 to 10 sales every week just by doing this, sometimes way more. But those extra 5 or 10 each week add up real quick, and that's why, you build that momentum, build that consistency. Almost nobody is doing it this way. Everyone says it's a very hands-off business. What a load of shit, all right? If you really want to crush it, you've got to treat it like a real business and treat your customers with a bit more respect than, being completely automated and hands-off, because especially when you're first kicking off, okay? That's it. So there's my little rant about that. Anyway, my process. Okay, I answer their questions, blah, 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 whatever they want to talk about, and, you make mental notes of the points that you can sell them on. The next point is always start asking leading questions. So, ice cream chucks, what is it? Ice cream motorbikes going by. Sorry, guys. Yeah, always ask leading questions. For example, what drove you to this product? How can have you got any concerns about this? Like, answer their questions, okay, directly. But the next step is, okay, sure. So how about we move forward with this? I can take the order over the phone if you like. Let's get started on that, hey? Most people, they don't want to say no to you. It's amazing. So it's a very simple thing to do, is just say, okay, so I've answered all your questions. Are you happy with that? I can take the order over the phone if you like. Real simple. It takes a bit of balls, but you'll get used to it, especially when you're making sales, okay? And if they sort of say, oh, I'm not so sure, this is kind of how I send them through the email sequence. I do the exact same thing. So if they say no, first up to sort of your blatant offer to take their order online immediately or over the phone, I then sort of say, okay, no, that's okay. Have you had any other quotes from any other companies? I mean, if you've got any better prices, I'm happy to match anyone more or less that you had another quote from. I really want your business. You're on the phone now. Let's try and work something out. And they say, no, not really. We're still sort of shopping around. Okay, look, this is how I do it, guys. So whether or not you're keen enough to get on the phone and do what I do, but then I say, okay, look, how about I give you a 10% discount? So we can make it happen today for you. Obviously, you really need one of these, or you're really interested in one of these. We have the best stuff, blah, blah, blah. Talk about your stuff a little bit more. How about I give you a 10% discount? And they say, well, that's not bad. Or, yeah, I might still think about it. And I say, look, I genuinely want your business, okay? So then just offer them your biggest discount. Boom. Right then and there. Remember in the other video that I was talking about the email sequence, I send them through that sequence except live on the phone. Most people, let's not say most, let's say 30 to 40% during that call, if you send them through that very, very simple process, they'll say yes. They usually say yes to buying it over the phone straight away anyway. Okay, but if you start offering them discounts and matching their quotes, you send them down that funnel, if you like, you know, you will close out shitloads of sales. Heaps more than you would have just sent them a little brief email or saying, answering their questions and hanging up. Right? Ask for the money. I know it sounds crazy, and we are in the business of selling things though. Ask for the money. Ask them to order now. Ask them if they've had a quote from anyone else. Ask them if I beat it, you're happy to order right now, and say, hey, I'll give you a discount. Let's order right now. And if all at the end of that, okay, they still sort of say, oh, I've got to talk to my husband, whatever. I mean, we could go on and on. I wouldn't let them off the line as quickly as that. But anyway, just make sure you leave them with that big discount code, and hopefully they'll come back to you. You know what I mean? Nobody else is on the phone closing this shit out. Okay, so keep that in mind. What I got. Yeah, so okay. With that, if you want to find out, you know, how Benny and I make our money, head over to EcomFire.com/DSL. That's the course that started it all. That's the course, more or less, that taught us exactly how to run a successful dropshipping store. I mean, we've, you know, built out lots of tips since then, but head over to EcomFire.com/DSL. Use that link. You'll get half an hour's coaching with me or Benny, and you'll also get our dropshipping accelerator course with all our tips and tricks that we've learned through our journey. Awesome. So with that, have a fantastic day. I hope you use some of these tips to your advantage, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.